Hello and welcome to the overview of the Langobards. Today we'll be looking at their units and what I think of them. So let's start. Here, like most of the Germanic factions, are the Germanic Nobles. These are a pretty sturdy unit, just a sturdy, tanky general unit. You can keep your general alive, but killing power wise, he's nothing special. He's a tier 1, he's medium, but he says he has good armour. There was a decent missile block chance, but not really. There's nothing to do with armor piercing really. So overall, this is a tanky general, keep you guys safe. He also has encourage, steady, and then disciplines, so they will not draw out. But to be honest, if your general dies in this unit, it's probably dead anyway. To be honest, because it's your general unit. Then we got redoubtable. Is it the redoubtable chieftain? Redoubtable. I don't know how to say it. Redoubtable chieftain. I'll say like that. He has excellent armour, very poor armour piercing damage, so not much of a armour breaker really, but good attacks as infantry, so it's more an anti-infantry unit, so probably it's a bonus assigned against them. So, it's more of an upgrade from the Germanic Noble, it's a bit more tanky. Actually, trying to notice a more melee defense, let's just clear quickly. So the chieftain has less melee damage, but probably more against infantry. Has a better charge bonus, less melee defense, but way more armour, bit more health, less morale, but also has shield wall, which makes it a very nice unit there. So this is a bit more of a kind of gives you a good like mix, I guess. There, nice choice. This one's a bit cheaper, but this one's more, I guess, more of a like stand in there, can really take a beating in that armour and health. Then you could go down to Warlord. They haven't got much of a missile block chance, but they got really. I think these are actually unbreakable, and there's a very good armor piercing damage, as you can see here. Yeah, pretty good armor piercing. So more of a killing unit compared to these two. So this one's more for your killing and actually taking on a fight. And also a really good melee defense too. The only weakness is that they have a very poor missile block chance. So try and keep them away from archers and all that. But they also scare everyone. They're immune to fear themselves, and they also can go berserk, so that can actually at the same time a problem. Because if your general goes berserk, you don't know how to deal with him. So it's kind of a two-way road there, isn't it? They got rapid advance and frenzy, so more of your killing unit there. Then you got Germanic levy. These are just a standard. This are just a cheap spear units who can take charges and kind of just hold the flanks. These Germanic spearmen are just a nice cheap hold the line units. They all also got expert charge defense as well on the spear wall. But these are more your hold the line, mainline infantry, just really tanky, not really much of a killing unit, but more of a tanking unit, for a nice cheap price. And Germanic Spearmasters are just a buffed up version, who are also armed with javelins, but precursors, and they also, and that's really it with them, they're much more tanky, and also unbreakable too, so these guys can last a while. Then you've got the Langobard Clubmen. Now these are like a kind of they're alright in the sense that they're very good with their armour, they can take a lot of hits, but their attack stats aren't much of anything special, so these are more your defensive unit here. But then these guys are on the opposite. Their defense stats aren't very good at all, but their attack stats are really nice for their price. So if the two quite mob together, they can be both very effective. The only thing about these guys are they actually got a good missile block chance, so actually these are a pretty decent unit for the price. Match them. Then you also have the Horse Hewers. Now these are an anti-cavalry unit as told by the name. Now they're very, very poor to block chance, I don't think they even have a shield, barely any armour. So very vulnerable to missiles, and very vulnerable to charges. Even if they're an anti-horse unit, they can still take a nasty charge. So try and get into a fight which is already happening. Such as say is like your cavalry charges into their cavalry's better. Send these guys and they'll turn the tide. They also have frenzy charge, guerrilla deployment, resistant fatigue, high and they can ignore a train. That's just campaign stealth, so nice special. You have the Noble Germanic Swordsmen. These are just a nice sturdy infantry unit. Overall, just an nice unit. They have discipline, they have shield wall. There's a nice unit, they also encourage. And the Horse Slayers. Now these guys are just a buffed up version of the Horse Hewers with much better armour. Well, a bit of better armour actually. Horse Slayers. Oh, only far more armour. They also actually have a shield of some kind. They have more, like overall more attack here. There you go. So much more melee defense, much more of a charge bonus. Hang on, got the wrong one. Sorry. Hang on. There you go. So they have more melee defense, a bit more armor, a bit more health, a bit more morale. Just a bit more everything really. Then you've got a Skilled Clubman. Now these guys are a really tanky unit because they are lots of damage you see by the health and armor, and a lot of melee defense. Some more your tank and hold the line units. They also have shield wall and can steady, so they're a pretty good, very very sturdy unit. Also decent morale. Then the Goldansmen. These are like a killing unit really, like a berserk unit you can see here. Also Frenzy. And attacks, that's a really good unit, but they're very vulnerable to missiles. So what we want to do with these guys is get into a fight where into not into a fight happening, keep them away from missile units and just get them into a fight, especially into the rear. They can do a lot of damage with that attack. And you can buff it up by using Frenzy, and hopefully they'll go berserk. Which is the description, yeah, practically goes berserk. They just go mental. And the other guys Chosen. They have amazing melee attack and a really nice melee damage. Pretty good charge bonus for infantry. Pretty good melee, very good melee defense. Decent-ish armor, but very expensive. Pretty good health. I know I'm practically unbreakable, and also their rapid advance, scary one. And these guys also have a scary one as well. So these are just a very, very dangerous unit. If used properly, they can do a lot of damage. Then you've got your Germanic Band, who are you just don't get his charge. Even if the fight's really happening, they're pretty decent. They can be quite nice, and then Warband are just a buffed up version of that. Yeah, and the Warband also scare people and got Frenzy, so they're pretty nice, both pretty much your units you get there. Actually, one of piercing. Then you've got the cheap Germanic bows, they're the cheap, hundreds of few, and they're precision shot, so who are just excellent range and are really good to alternate factions, so outrange most units in the game. So yeah, just need a more ridiculous, but much more. Then we get the Crossbowman. Crossbowman can do a lot of damage if used properly. Can do an insane amount of damage. So make sure we use this properly. The Slingers just cheap. These are just your cheap skirmishers, both just cheap units you can use. These guys can slow down cavalry, and these guys can just pepper the enemy with a good few and take around a lot of troops away with them, and then just from there, both cheap, very good quality there. Their cavalry's nothing special. That's this sort of about Warband, who are a good anti-cav unit really, and just can run down skirmishers. They for their price, they're good against cavalry, but even then, they'll sort of beat down on most cav units, but they're pretty decent for their price. Horsemen, they're nothing special either. Again, just a kind of their price unit. Don't think anything too special, but they're decent. Typhoid cavalry are very interesting in the fact that they're actually also like kind of bow horsemen, but they only have 2 ammunition, which is very odd. So personally, I don't use these guys. They're just really weird, and other units of their price range tend to outmatch them, but they're decent. They're decent if used properly. Then you've got these noble giant horsemen who are more of a sturdy, more commonly used horse unit by the Germanic factions. So I suggest using these guys. They're also disciplined, and they can courage. They're just a nice unit to have around. Then you just get a cheap lance. Giant lancers. They do their job. They're a nice lance unit. They can do damage if you get into a rear or kind of charge them head onto the enemy infantry, but nothing special with them. Same here with these skirmishers. They're all what the Germanic factions get. The mounted brigands, who are unless you're pathing shot, which always makes them handy. They can do some damage, but they're quite costly, all of them. So the raiders just get a bit more ammo and more buffer stats than the mounted warband brigands. Then the raiders are a better version, and then the night raiders just get a load of more ammunition, more stats, more everything practically. And then you've got your standard artillery. So that is the Langobards. Personally, I find these are a pretty good faction with their infantry choice. So their melee infantry is some of the really nice melee infantry. Spear infantry standard, axe infantry standard, bow infantry pretty good for these guys, and pretty standard cavalry really. Overall, pretty good faction. But if you want to play as these guys, I suggest using these two here. These two is what make these guys very unique and very effective. You can also try the Scale Clubman and the Langobard Clubman for their tankiness, and also try out the Horseshoes and Slayers, but be recommended to keep them both safe for more of a use their guerrilla deployment well. And there's so yeah, thank you for watching this, and see you next time.